Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Once there were 3 brothers who lived in a village. They came to the city to see what a train looks like. They heard the sound of the train's whistle. And one of the brothers got satisfied and he went away. And then they saw the light of the train. The second brother got satisfied and went away. The third brother waited and he saw all the compartments, the doors, the fruit vendors, everybody who was in the train. Then he went home and told them everything that he saw.
How many of you know this term called absolute truth? Wow.
It's like the science of like the human body and nature.
No.
The absolute truth is the truth that has like no falsities. Or, like,
Okay, that's
not like
verbatim definition. Okay, because it's telling, it's truth and absolute, right? So no falsities. Yeah, that's actually in a way, it's true. Actually, it's almost close. But anybody heard this definition as given by Srila Prabhupada? The definition which Srila Prabhupada gave for absolute truth is that from which everything else comes. Like, somebody created this sofa, somebody created this carpet, somebody created this house, right? Somebody created mountains. So the person or the thing from which everything else is created is that absolute truth. And that is nothing but Krishna. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the absolute truth. Because from him, everything else comes. So what's the definition of absolute truth? No, definition. That from which everything else comes. Okay, they call relative truth. That's what we see in this word. Relative truth means you can understand one thing only when you know its relation to other. You can think of like how, for example, if you have to describe something to your dad, let's say you want to buy a t-shirt or an object, right? You explain in terms of something else which he knows. To define Krishna, you don't have to tell anything else, right? If you just say Krishna, he exists on his own. That's why it's called absolute truth. Okay? So now in scriptures it is said that to understand Krishna, there are 3 different levels of understanding. Say how, for example, for train, there are 3 different levels. There is understanding of the sound of the train, there is understanding of the light, there is understanding of full train. Right? So like that, even Krishna can be understood in 3 different phases. One is understanding his energy. Like, this chair, this table, this light, this fan, everything is made of his energy. And the second is understanding of his personal expansion, which is Paramatma within every living entity's heart. Right? That is localized aspect. So this compared to the sound. And third understanding is complete understanding in Goloka Krishna. What does he do with his friends and cowherd boys, and how does he play? That understanding of Krishna is the complete understanding. So now can anybody relate these 3 understandings of Krishna with the 3 understandings of the train? What compares to what? Just now I explained. Like for example, the energy of Krishna, that's the first understanding. Can we compare to what of the train? Chinmay? No. What did the first villager see? Light. He just saw the light, right? No, sound. Oh, sorry, sound. So it's compared to sound. Right? It's impersonal, right? You don't have description of the sound. And whereas Paramatma realization of Krishna is compared to light. Regular example. So light of the train is little bit more personal, right? Like, you can probably have a shape or color. Sometimes it's red light, sometimes it's green light. So like this, Paramatma also has some features. He has 4-handed form. He's standing on the lotus. So there are some personal details. Okay, so then Krishna is compared to, the full understanding of Krishna is compared to the train. Like, when you see inside and all the details. When you go into Goloka, you see, right? What are the gopas, cows, what are all the trees and all those things. So that's how, Srila Prabhupada gave this example to understand this complicated concept. I didn't want to talk about that first actually, because it's a little bit more philosophical, it's not so much maybe appealing to all of you. So anybody else wants to add or share anything related to this topic? Who has not spoken so far?
I was raising my hand.
Sorry.
And I was just going to give an example.
Yeah, please.
You want to describe the person who made this house.
What Radha is telling is to know the person. There are 3 ways we can know the person who built this temple. We can just say there's an engineer. It's completely impersonal, right? There's no details about that person. Some engineer built this temple. Other more details is, there is a person called Sam. He works in a particular company and he's a son of Mark. Yeah, Marco. He built this temple. There are some more details. But the more details is like, maybe the child of the Sam, you go to Sam's house, you have dinner with him.
He has a blue shirt.
He has a blue shirt. And he likes particular type of car. What type of car he likes? Audi. He likes Audi. Like when you know all this, it's more details, right? Of that particular person's Sam. So now we see, right? There are 3 different ways we can understand Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,